while that was saving, I fixed a few things. I missed down payment on the screen. I added it to the screen, added it to the variable, added it to the LQ. All right, so LQ has credit score, income, expenses, term, down payment. LQ has term, rates figured, amounts given, credit score, down payment, amount, that's the house amount, income, expenses, all these are accounted for. The only ones that are these, and those are the ones that are calculated by our program. Okay, so Mortgage Control does this. I send that LQ over to the queue, over to the server, and it'll take care of it. So let's get rid of the to-dos. Done. Get rid of that to-do. Done. That part of calculate payments done. Calculate payments done. It's going to be sent over to the hub. I go over to the hub, and I pretty much did all the stuff in hub, but let's take a look. Go over to the hub. Hub's going to receive that message, parse out the loan request, get the rate based on the credit score, get the payment based on the rate, and then return that back to the LQ. The LQ is going to get that, and it's going to fire back this method here. That method right there. So loan request comes back as a loan request. It actually comes back as a object, but the main app case says the loan request comes back as a loan request. So what we're going to do is say LBL, whatever I called that thing, LBL mortgage payment dot set text is going to be equal to L request dot get payment. Yeah, I'll do it. Get payment. I'll have to do some crazy formatting, but that'll do it. Set text, and it's looking for a string, and I'm giving it a double. So, what can I do? I could say two double or two string. Do I have a two string available? Probably not. How about let's see. I can do a format, I guess. Give me a quick Google search on this sucker. Let's say. How about that one? Every more Flanagan. Java double format. Decimal places. Because this will give me back a string anyway. So let me just get these wrong. So decimal form. Why does that have to be difficult? Decimal format df equals that, and give me 2 lines of code. It's got to be. Yeah, it's like a string format. Boom, right there. That'll do it. String that format, and that is what I'm formatting. And two decimal places is pretty much good enough. Okay. All right. See what happens. I run program. 250,000. Expenses is 0. 801 credit score. Just make sure 300,000. Down payment. It's skipping over. I'll show you why it's doing that. But term is 30 years, and calculate what happens. Got a death here. Let's see what happens. So, okay, invocation, blah 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 blah. Fire this, do that, and it doesn't like this. 4-string format number exception. Did I give a blank for something? Down payment is okay. Down payment is 0. Calculate. Better. Okay. Something got hosed up because it came back with a 0 payment. That didn't happen. Okay, so let's debug this real quick. Easy to do. I'm going to stop the program, and I am going to go right into the hub, right there. So I know it's getting received. Toggle breakpoint right there, and run the same program. Go back in the main app, run it in debug. $250,000. Expenses of 0. Credit score of 801. House costs at 300,000. Down payment. I'll go back to that. That is the term of 30. That's why you got screwed last time. I tabbed over it. I calculate. There's our loan request message, and in case it's a loan request tab. LQ. Let's take a look at our values. LQ. I've got no amount no amount. That's because of the payment amount. Okay, the expenses are 0. The income is 250, whatever. Down payment is 0. Rate of 0. I don't have it yet. 801 credit score. Down payment of 0. And term of 30. Right on. So get rate with that credit score should return back a rate. And why do I have a rate exception? Maybe it didn't get a rate exception. Okay. And why do I have a crazy payment like this? I said LQ to get rate divided by 12. What is LQ? LQ rate now. LQ. What is the rate that I have? There it is. 3.5 divided by 12. That sounds right. Get I term, which is I term is 30, 360. Cool. LQ dot get D amount. Get D. No, that's not what I want. I wanted. That's why I get zeros. I want the. Where's the 300,000 on this thing? I don't see it. D amount. That's what's missing. Yeah, amount. That thing has to be filled. D amount has to have the amount of the house. Go back over to Java. That's what I'm missing. So if I go over to controller, credit, income, expenses, term, down payment, amount. That's the amount. LQ dot set amount equals to double capital D for double, parse, and I'm going to parse the txt amount. I think. Good. There we go. That'll do it. That'll do it. So now I say, I don't need to debug anymore. Expenses 0, credit score equal 1, house cost $300,000, term of 30, down payment of 0. Calculate. It's a number. It's a big number. Did I say 3 million? What is that? 3,000. That's 300,000. 300,000. Okay, I know what it is. The rate, that rate is stored as a number like 3.5. It should be 0.035, right? It's got to be times by 100, and then you'll see. All right, loan request. Stop this thing for a second. Go back over to the server. Not this. I want to go back to the server. Yeah, that guy. So it should be. That's right. I'll do it. Okay. And I'm getting tired of screwing around with that tab order, so let's fix that real quick. And the hierarchy, here it is. Hierarchy grouping. And down payment's down there. Down payment really should be, that one, between that and that. So I drag this, stick it right there. There she is. I'll get done then. That's how you set the tab order for the controls. Alright, boom. Take that back. Let me refresh it just so it picks it up. Made that change. Refresh. Main app run. 250,000. Expenses 0. Credit score 801. House cost 300. Down. Alright. Try to be smart. Down payment is 0. Calculate. 1347.13. Does that sound right? That sounds right for that rate because I have a better credit score. This one was, the example I had was at 4%. 4% was 1432.25. What is 4%? 4% is anything between 7 and 750, right? So if I go back here and I type in 701 with that and calculate 1432.25. How about that? Let's make it simple. A couple of minor changes. We're going to go over to where we're doing the set text. Here's the message received, and not that one. I don't care about that one. I'm looking for, there it is, mortgage controller, where I'm setting that label. I probably should say math.abs, absolute value, because people don't normally want to see negative numbers. Cool. And that to-do is toasted. We're going to go to show view tasks. What to-dos do I have left? The PITI stuff. All right. So where best to handle the PITI stuff? That's the deal with PITI, rocket dowel test. That's good. Whatever. I mean, we're testing to see if you got 5 rates. Nothing special about that. Get all rates. I did this. This was the order by. Yep. Okay. So we're left with what? We're left with the deal with PITI and PMI. All right. So here is the deal. If server gives me back a bad loan request, it gets a bad loan request, who's going to deal with who's going to deal with that? Let's see. That's really a BLL thing, honestly. In other words, the PITI and PMT, that really is an exception for this. So I'm going to say, see, loan request isn't in this, so this is really tricky. Just for ease, I'm going to put it in here, I think, under source made Java, and create a package called exceptions. Yep. Exceptions. There we go. And a new class called loan request exception. And browse this. I want to. There we go. Extend that sucker. And give us a finish. Loan request exception. Private loan request. Was that what it's called? Loan request? That was under server, not that. Oh shit, is it under there? Okay, hold on. Skip it. Let's take this this loan request exception. That guy. I'm gonna cut it. There's an exception here. Yeah, right on. So there's an exception here. I'm gonna pop it right there. Take this. There we go. Get rid of that snippet garbage. Loan request exception, and this is going to say private loan request. Loan request. Is that what it was called? Yeah, loan request. LQ. Give me a constructor and a getter. Constructor using fields. Done. Give me a getter, source getters and setters. And only one is the getter. Done. How am I getting this? Import it, maybe? Yeah, there you go. Import. Everything's cool. So, this is a BOL. That PITI garbage, that's supposed to be in BOL. So you say public static boolean check PITI. And you're going to be checking it on a loan request. Just like that. Loan request. I'm going to import that. What's the problem? It's not returning anything. Add a return statement. Okay. It's going to return false. Alright, one more video. I think we're going to be done. I'm going to pause it and continue and complete it on the next video. Be right back.